wake up in the afternoon, which pleases me to do. Don't nobody bring me no bad news, 'cause I wake up already negative and I'm buying up my views. So don't nobody bring me no bad news. Now, if we're gonna be buddies, better phone up on the rules, 'cause don't nobody bring me no bad news. You can be my best of friends as opposed to be dudes, 'cause don't nobody bring me no bad news. No bad news. No bad news.
Welcome everyone once again to Love 101 Media, where we join to have conversations about love and healthy relationships. I'm Najieb, and I'm here with my friends, family, partners, everyone that's here to join me in this as a partner in reading today. Thank you all for joining. And let's do the introduction, because FYI, we did this already, and then the program deleted the recording. So we're just starting over, and you know who I am. Let's start with the lady with the hair and the shirt. Jasmine, please introduce yourself.
I'm Jasmine Collins. I am a freshman opera major at Purchase Conservatory of Music.
And ladies first again, Melanie.
Hello, I'm Melanie Coleman. I'm a sophomore theater arts administration major at Howard University.
Thank you for joining, Melanie. You, sir, with a similar face.
My name is Enoch Jones. I'm communications, TV, and film major, playwright minor at Howard University.
And you don't believe in shirts. That's what you.
I don't believe in shirts, and my hair care routine is not that as good as Jazz's. But
what did your tattoo say over here? What is that?
Discipline, bow, and dedication. That's what my name means. Yes, sir.
Apropos, my brother, apropos. All right, so we're gonna begin with ladies first. Are we back? Okay. What just happened, y'all? Did it just like?
Pause a little bit. Are you trying to put it on the screen?
No, I didn't do anything. I was just saying let's begin. But okay, so let's say for the beginning, like I normally say, you don't have to believe, accept, or welcome anything I'm about to say here. I'm just sharing. Let's also say that this thing could fail at any moment just because of the sensitive nature of what we're reading, and it's so powerful and healing. The program doesn't want it to happen. So be aware of that. But we're going to make it happen. And
we got Meina. We got Meina joining in.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm well. Are you able to see us?
Yes. I don't know why you can't. Oh,
Bow.
okay. Can you see me now?
Oh, there's your beautiful, relaxed face. Yes.
Facts.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Meina Laramie. I am an Aries child,
Okay.
and yeah.
Yeah, my youngin' right here, bro.
Joining. I'm gonna put the book up on the screen so anyone who wants to read can read it from there. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So y'all can see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going in this order. The order's changed now. So it's Jasmine, Melanie, Meina, then Enoch, then myself. We're all gonna read one page, and we'll just cycle back. Anybody who has questions or comments, come in at any time and say your piece or add it. And you're not reading, just go on mute. So I'm going to go on mute and let Jasmine begin.
Going on mute.
Chapter 6, The Program. The reason why relationships fail. In this chapter, we'll expose the insane thought system of the program. Why are we looking at the program? Because the truth is, everyone is programmed. You have been programmed. Your partner has been programmed. Everyone you know has been programmed, and everyone you don't know has been programmed. This is good to know because knowing is half the battle. The question is, programmed how? We will take a look at the program's purpose, how it operates, its core principles, how it plays games with your mind and with your heart. By learning its curriculum, you will learn why relationships fail. You will also learn what not to do in your relationship. Ready? Let's go.
Ready. Melanie, you're up.
What is the program? The part of your mind that wants you to destroy yourself. The program is a thought system. It is a thought system rooted in fear. What is fear? Fear is what is experienced when love is blocked. When were you programmed? You have been programmed since birth. You have been programmed to look upon the world and everything and everyone in it with fear. You were not born with the program, you were exposed to it. It is a thought system that was taught to you and you learned it. This fearful programming seeps into your relationships and causes emotional pain. Dis-ease, temporary insanity. The program is a thought system based on insanity. It can be seen as a mental disease. Why? Because it causes you mental and emotional dis-ease, which means when the program is running in your mind, you are temporarily insane. What's the first thing you need to know to cure any disease? How to recognize it. Diagnosis. You cannot cure a disease if you do not know it's there. You cannot cure a disease if you do not know how to identify it.
And Meina?
You're muted, Meina. You gotta unmute yourself.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I was dead reading. After you identify it, you can take the necessary steps to cure it and prevent it from making you sick again. An insane curriculum to a complete thought system. The program is a curriculum, which means it is a complete thought system. Unfortunately, it is a thought system that is diametrically opposed to love's thought system in every way. How do you evaluate a thought system? You can only evaluate a thought system based on its results. The results of the following program are consistent. What are the results of the following program? The results of the following program are always guilt, grief, distress, conflict, attack, arguments, anger, hatred, disappointment, uncertainty, upset, suspicion, conflict, pain, loss, and ultimately separation.
Damn. Can I just get a damn in there? Because that's damn. That's not good.
God damn.
Thank you.
Damn.
I'm going back on mute.
When you experience any of these results at any point in any relationship, it is a direct result of following the program's curriculum. If these are not the results you want, don't follow it. Goal of the program. What is the purpose of the program? The purpose of the program is to cause you to forget love. When you forget love, you experience fear. When you listen to fear, you will hurt yourself.
Tag me in. Therefore, the purpose of the program is to cause you to feel separate from love, to cause you to hurt yourself, to cause you pain. The program is not real. Block love. It is important to remember that fear is not real, meaning the program is not real. Only love is real. So when you experience fear, you're experiencing what it feels like to block love.
Say it, Minister. Say it.
Sometimes
Us in the back.
Oh, you want me to go back?
No, I'm back here in the back. I don't think I can hear you. Your hair is not loud enough.
Listen. Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm listening.
Sometimes this experience is called anger, loss, guilt, insanity, jealousy, insecurity, sadness, emotional pain. It's all the same. It's all a game. Now, how do you get rid of the program? The experience of fear is like this darkness. It's like darkness. It has no source. You cannot get rid of darkness by attacking it, analyzing it, or arguing with it. The only way to dispel darkness is with light, meaning unblocking love.
Can we real quick just pause and say, so you're
Do y'all get that? Are y'all hearing that? Do y'all get what that means?
I'm picking up
are
what you're
hearing
going
you. I just want to say, I've heard many times when conflict has come up in relationships, people talk about, you know what, let's just process this. Let's just analyze it, you know, and talk about it and make it into more than what it is. I'm just saying, if attacking it or arguing with it is not helpful, is it helpful when we have a problem to focus on the problem? I'm just asking that question.
No,
Okay.
no, absolutely not.
It's kind of
And
like arguing
why?
about why are we always arguing. I'm just going to argue about that. We're always arguing all the time, you know? Why are you always arguing? Now,
Well,
see,
because you
right
the one
now,
who wanted to start to argue first. So if you want to argue, my brother, then you know we can just argue.
I was just talking and you cut me off. So that's the
But
point
okay,
right there. That's the problem.
but remember that time when you cut me off before I even cut you off?
I don't remember. I didn't take my supplements today. I do not remember that time. So you
Okay,
might
well let's
have made that up.
well
And
then
this is
let's
what I
use
mean.
this
There's
time
always some
even
kind of
more.
argument. Like I did something to you, I didn't do anything.
Why, you know, why does it always have to be something? Can we just go back and let's see why it always has to be something? Why
You know, no, let's go back before. It was probably because of our parents. Let's go back in their childhood and talk about that.
Okay,
Call
thought
Dad
that was
right
none of
now.
my
Find
business,
out what he did when he was a kid that caused me to be like this, and then you to be like that.
though. You got it.
Okay, I'm gonna go back on mute now. Go ahead.
You got it. You got it. Yep. I think we got it across. We dragged it a little bit there. We dragged it. I lost my place. It's all the same. It's all a game. The experience. Oh, it's not. What? Okay. This meeting has been upgraded. Cool. The experience of fear is like darkness.
Just so you know, sorry to cut you off, but if you didn't see that, Zoom just gave me a notification that said they removed the 40-minute time limit off of our meeting that was normally there, because we kind of just started 10 minutes ago because it failed a couple of times. But when you look at the big picture, it was just really love allowing us all to get here at one time so we could have this. So that's the way I choose to look at it. So thank you, Zoom, and thank you, everybody. I'm going on mute.
Facts. Love, right? Love is always present. Love is like the sun. Fear is like a cloud that blocks the sun. So it seems dark. My brother, tagging you in.
Tag me in. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. So to have the sunlight, you know what? And we didn't even catch an infection from doing that just now over the camera. So you can do this all day over the camera and we're safe.
Okay.
No corona here.
Facts.
Continue.
I'm on mute.
All right. To have the sunlight, you don't have to get the sun to shine brighter. You have to remove the cloud. For example, if it's sunny outside and it's dark inside, it's because the blinds are blocking out the light.
I love that. That sounds so good.
What is it that you love that sounds so good?
To have sunlight, you don't need to get the sun to shine brighter. You have to remove the block. That's such a lovely quote.
Well, thank you for saying that. A quotable, everybody. So that, yeah, that's the point in that. And yeah, feel free to share any part of this book with anybody at any time. That's why I wrote it. And also, the reason why I say that is because when we talk about love and fear, it's like an abstract concept. But when you look at the sun, if you can look out your window, you're like, okay, there's a sun, there's a cloud. The sun does not have to shine brighter in order for you to have light. You just have to remove the blocks or the clouds. And that's another way of understanding love and fear, because fear is really nothing. Just like darkness is not, like you don't have a dark light. Like I have a flashlight on my phone. You don't have a light that you shine it and then it's like a dark shadow spot. It's actually blocking the light that causes the shadow. So continuing, if it's sunny outside and it's dark inside, it's because the blinds are blocking out the light. You do not have to wish for more sun. What do you have to do? Remove the blinds. Here we go. Program principles. This is what we want to get into, y'all. So I don't want us to rush through this. I want anything that comes up for you at this point when we go through these, and just talk about it. So introducing the program's core curriculum of insanity. The following table of the program's the following is a table of the program's fundamental principles of fear. These principles govern the program's core curriculum or thought system. These principles are based on absolute insanity. So what we'll do is, normally it will be one person reading one side and another person reading the other side. There are a few of them here. So what we'll do is we'll just tag off and on. So Jasmine, you take the first one, you just read the principle and then you read what it means. And then Melanie, you read the principle and what it means, and we'll just do it like that until we get to the end. And anybody who has any questions or comments, just stop it then. So after you, Jasmine. I'm going on mute.
Love can be threatened by anything. The program does not know what love is. The program is afraid of everything. It believes that absolutely anything can threaten your love and your relationship.
There are levels to love. The program thinks love can be measured. It tells you there's more love at times and less love at other times. More love for some, less love for others. Sometimes.
That sounds crazy. Go ahead.
There are different kinds of love. The program believes there are different kinds of love for different forms of relationships.
Can we talk about that real quick? Somebody.
Does anyone disagree with that?
Yeah. Does anyone agree with that?
I concur a little bit.
Okay. I would like to know, first of all, how you can concur a little bit, and then what is it that you concur about? Let's see.
There are different ways you can love people. Like, I'll love my mom, but not the same way I love my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Or the same way I love my best friend, or the same, like, yeah, I kind of agree with that a little bit. Yeah, I agree with that.
So does that mean the ultimate love that you have for them is different, or is it the way you love them is different?
I'm guessing the way I love them.
Okay. I like to look at it
them.
like this, for example, okay? This is love, right? Love would be the water in here. And then these are your relationships. Like you have this, you have a cup. So everybody needs water, right? Like everybody needs love. And you can be hydrated from here. So this can be a relationship, and I can have a water in here. Also, I could have water in here, and different relationship, different way I'm experiencing the water, but still, that water's good. That water's good. Doesn't mean I might not like my mug more than I like my little paper cup here. You understand? You can like people on different levels, and you can actually love someone and not like them as well. Does that make sense?
Melly and me just talked about that.
All right.
Let's talk about that. That's crazy.
Any more thoughts on that?
I think it has to do with what you said with expression too. Like love is love, regardless of who you're experiencing it with. But people have different ways of expressing their love as well. So I think that statement has to do with that.
That's exactly what I meant.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Who's up?
Is it on me? Is it on me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love is special. The program believes love can be reserved for a few select people and relationships. Love is not for everyone. I disagree. Love is for everyone.
Indeed. And that's why all of these are the program's principles. So another one is love is limited. The program believes that there's only so much love to go around. So you should be very selective about who you give your love to. Jasmine.
Seek and do not find. The program wants you to seek for love where it is not located, meaning outside of you, in another person, in another relationship.
Love and fear are the same. You can have love and fear at the same time. The program thinks that love and attack are the same. That it is possible to love someone and hate them at the same time.
Can somebody give an example of that? Like, what does that make you think of?
If you think of that Drake song where he's like, jealousy is just love and hate at the same time.
Good point. All right. So, is jealousy love?
I think jealousy is fear, or no, jealousy is not love. I feel
Anyone?
like,
No, go ahead.
I feel like you can because I've been in situations where I'm like, yo, like, man, like, I love the fuck out of you, but I hate you. And it's like, it sounds in the moment, like when you say it, it sounds like, yeah, like, oh, I love you, but I hate you. But it's like, in reality, like, that's crazy. Cause it's like, like I feel like when I was experiencing that in my own personal experiences where I'm feeling like, yo, I love and I hate somebody at the same time, where I thought that was like possible. It's like, I'm realizing like the reason that I'm saying that I hate them is because I love them so much that I'm allowing them to I'm allowing whatever the situation or the surface stuff is mess with my own like inner peace, inner like thoughts. So like I don't think that you know what I'm saying, like you can cause like we were saying before, like I could say to somebody like, yo, like look, I love you, but I don't like your ass. Or you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, with our brothers and family, it's like, you know, we still live. It's like I love my family. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like Yanni, you in the kitchen? I don't know. I think he's in the kitchen, but I say it to his face. Yanni's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I love him, but he's an asshole. So it's not like, you know, like I might have these moments where it's like I might say like, yo, or I don't even say it anymore, but I used to have moments where I'd be like, yo, I hate your ass. But we all know that that's a lie, or at least I know, and that's all that matters is I know that that's a lie. So I just need to remind myself of the truth and see him correctly, or see whoever it is on the other side of that correctly, and be like, you know what? It's not that I hate you. I'm just very upset with what you have done, or I'm very upset with how this played out. But it doesn't mean that you, the core of who you are, that I hate. And that's not genuine. And if that's your truth, then I believe personally you never loved me to begin with. Then shit.
Well put, my brother.
That made sense, right?
Makes sense to me.
Thanks.
Can anyone see me, or can you just see the page?
I can see you.
Oh, you can. Okay, I was just curious. All right. That was well said. Thank you for that. Anyone else want to say anything about that? Having love and hate, or jealousy, and all of that at the same time?
Typically, if you can have if you feel both at the same time, the negative emotion tends to be fleeting, because you know deep down, like you said, he really loves Yanni at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
That whatever it is he's feeling in the moment is just that, it's momentary.
Right. And he should also know that he's not the only one that can change their hair in the middle of a sentence. Right? Don't think I didn't see what you did. So first page says love is not competition.
It's kind of chilly.
All right. Moving on. I think I'm up, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm up.
Oh, you're up?
Or you're up?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Conflict is good. In a programmatic relationship, the more conflict you have, the better. Conflict and arguments mean you care.
All right, we got to say something about that. Y'all heard that before, right? If we
Yeah.
argue, it means we care. Any thoughts on that?
I ain't saying shit.
Well, that's because you don't want you the one that starts arguments with me. So I'm glad you're not saying nothing once. But anybody else?
I have mixed emotions about that.
If you're willing to argue with me for the sake of a relationship, you don't care about my health and blood pressure.
Ooh, good point. Went medical on your ass up in here. All right, Jazz. So tell us about the mixed emotions. Can you pick one out of the mix, like just like a lottery, like just go in, pick one out, and then talk about it, and then do the next one? So which one do we pick? Which one are we picking first of the mixed emotions?
It's like, yeah, in a way I understand, because if I didn't care, I wouldn't argue with you. Like, I wouldn't try to have a conversation about whatever the situation is. But then again, consistently arguing is not good. It's not necessarily a good thing. So, yeah.
Okay. Well said. So, might I say this? Is it possible to care deeply for someone and also communicate with them about something you care deeply about without arguing?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay, just a question. Moving on.
Facts. Because you can't let me talk about this, or else I'll talk forever.
All right, who's next?
You're next.
Enoch.
We're on You Are Your Body, right? Yeah. You are your body. The program believes you are your body and your partner is their body. Therefore, it becomes extremely important what you do and don't do with your body.
What does that mean, anybody? We're speaking from the program's perspective. The program believes you're your body and it's extremely important what you do and don't do with your body. So what's an example?
I'm not my body, I'm a spirit living in this body.
Okay. Agreed. Program says, though, you are your body. So therefore, if I was in a relationship, well, we are in a relationship, but meaning if I said to you at any given time, well, what you're doing with your hair is bad and I don't like it and you should change it, is that coming from a place of love or fear or the program?
No, that's fair. That's the program.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you talking about like if a dude is telling his girl like she can't go out like that, looking like that.
Exactly. That's what I, right.
Fuck all that.
Because her going out like that, she's going out like that with what? With her ephemeral spirit or with her body looking like that? Is her spirit wearing that dress or is her body wearing that dress? Is her spirit wearing that makeup and that hair and that shirt, Jasmine, or is her body wearing it? You know? So that's the point. And whenever it comes to something your body is doing and someone has something to say out of control or ownership, that's the program. That's what we mean here. Because do you own anyone else's body is the question.
No.
Like, I thought slavery was over, massa. But
I understand now.
I thought it was done. I thought it was finito. Don't ask me how I learned Spanish here in slave time. But no, apparently people are still on plantation ships and they believe they own their partner's body, and it comes out in different ways, as simple as, okay, where are you going? And I have to approve of where you're going before you go. Or even you have to tell me where you're going in the first place, because here's the question: do you have to tell anybody where you're going if you're not, on parole or, and does anybody owe you an answer if you're not a U.S. Marshal? All right.
Not even a motherfucking marshal.
You're not a U.S. Marshal, and I'm not in your custody. So what the hell are you talking about? All right. Continuing. Here's a good one. Your feelings should guide you. I got to read this in the crazy voice, because whenever I'm reading the program, I got to read the crazy voice. So, and it's gender non-specific for those of you who are about to get offended. So, your feelings should guide you. Oh my God. The program, wait, where are we at? I got to read it here. Program wants you to believe that, I'm going to read it like the program. Your relationship should be unstable and in constant conflict. So you should say and do things entirely based on how you feel at any given moment. That's what the program believes. And how far can we get in a healthy relationship if we're only going on how we feel in any given moment?
About 5 steps.
Okay.
Backwards.
Thank you.
That makes me think that your relationship will be everywhere because your feelings change
Constantly
throughout your day. So
good point. Good point.
And you can feel one way in the moment, but then in reality, that's just not how you actually feel. But in the moment, that's how you feel.
And is
But
it
in your
wrong
action,
to feel? Sorry, I cut you off. Continue.
you're fine. No, I was finished.
I was just asking, is it wrong to feel any kind of way?
No, that's how you feel.
Right. Can it be unhelpful to follow up that feeling with an action if that feeling is not coming from love?
Yes.
All right. So that's the point, right? It's
Yeah.
not about how you feel. It's about what you do with the feeling.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Jasmine, you're up.
Get and keep. The program would enter a relationship only to get something and keep it for self.
Love is form. The program believes love is represented by material things, deeds, forms, etc.
Love is painful. The program thinks love is painful because it thinks love and fear are the same. Only fear brings about emotional pain.
That's a good one, right? It's a really big one right there. Because how many of us have heard love hurts? Those two words. Yeah, everybody, right? So that's not true. But the program would tell you that love hurts. And the question is, how can something both hurt and heal at the same time? If anybody in your life came up to you, gave you a nice shoulder rub massage and some tea and crumpets, and then just slapped you in the face. You try to eat the crumpet, and they're like, "I was out of here with that crumpet." And you're like, "What's wrong?" They're like, no. And they start, massaging you again and caressing your face. Like, can I just have and then you start eating the crumpet, you take a bite.
Get that
try to take they're like, back the crumpet. Would you feel safe?
No.
But they gave you the crumpet though.
But
they also
I called the police.
But wait, they gonna, just give you they're gonna give you a scalp treatment after that. They're gonna sing to you. They're gonna play soft music. They're gonna do all kind of nice things that you like. After you still call the police even after they do those nice things?
If they hit me, would I? That's a good question for me actually, because I'm not sure.
Let's go back over the sequence of events. They give you the tea. They give you the crumpets. They give you the shoulder rub. You go to eat the crumpet. They smack the crumpet out of your hand and get up in your face. Right, smack it out of your hand. And then you're like, "What's going on?" They're like, no. They go back to massaging you. Then they take your head and they bang it on the table. And then you're like, "Whoa!" And you're like, "No." Then they rub your head down. They're like, "It's okay."
No, I'm calling the cops.
But then after that,
there is no after that, brother. I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm
they
calling the
sing
cops.
your favorite song. Your favorite song. They have a violinist come in.
Or I call the cops.
What if they had a violinist come in and do it?
Then I'm
I wouldn't have waited around long enough to see the violinist. I'm out.
I'm gonna have the violinist let me borrow their phone to call the cops.
Okay, so you're saying that if someone loves you, they would not try to cause you pain. Is that what you're saying?
Purposely, no.
Thank you for saying purposely. You're right. And that's the point, right? So, moving on. That's enough of that for now. All right, so who's up?
Is it me? Who is it? Who's up? Who just?
Not me. I'm going on mute.
Enoch is turned.
It's me, because you just went right. All right. Enoch. I got you. Give me 1 second. All right. What is going on here? Okay. What's going on? In a word, confusion. Confusion is very important to the program. Remember, the program wants to control you. And when it can confuse you, it can control you. Why? Because you're confused. what will you do? You will look for guidance, and the program will offer you guidance, but it will offer you its fearful misguidance, which is designed to serve its fearful purpose. Its purpose is for you to forget love. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Let's take a deeper look let's take a deeper look at some of the program's fearful principles. Program principle. Your love can be threatened by anything. According to the program, your relationship can be threatened at just about anything. A thought, a feeling, an action, a phone call, a text, another person, another relationship, etc. This is an illusion. Remember, true love cannot be threatened by anything. Program principle. There are different kinds of love. Program teaches you that there are different kinds of love. For example, my brother.
Continuing. So,
Bobby's saying what's up, bro.
hey, what's up, Bobby? What's going on?
Staying safe.
All right. Are you staying in the house?
Yes. I'm with
All
these
right.
guys.
But you don't even live there. What are you doing?
It's
not
called,
fooling
I
me.
like the quarantine over here better than my place.
Yeah, it's a lot more crazy on the other side of the bridge. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going nowhere near the bridge, bro.
Okay, I hear you. You know what? You might as well just, shelter in place on the bridge. Get your tent and put it on the bridge. Stay there. It was good seeing you, bro.
Good seeing you, bro. Love you.
Love you too. All right. Continuing. The program teaches you that there's different kinds of love. For example, there's a kind of love you have for your family. There's a kind of love you have for your partner or lover. There's a kind of love you have for your friends. There's a kind of love you have for your work, your passion in life. Does anybody know the terms for this? Like there's like these Greek terms that they use for these kinds of love. Y'all heard of them?
No, sir.
Have I?
Not that I know of as of right now.
You told me about
Like agape type of love and all of
Yeah,
that.
right. The agape and the all of that.
Oh.
So let me see the Greek terms for love. Let's do a quick search here. So, right, they talk about 5 types. Y'all can see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they talk about 5 types of love in Greek. Eros, or sexual passion. Philia, Philly cheesesteak, as I like to call it, or deep friendship. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Going back. Ludos, or playful love. Okay. Agape, for love for everyone, and pragma, for long-standing love. And what do we call that? Confusing, because it's not necessary to do all that. Continuing. So a kind of love you have for your colleagues, your work, your passion in life. Once again, there are no kinds of love. Love is always one. There are different ways that you love people, like your friends, your family, all of that, but it's all the same. Program principle, love can be painful, which we went over, with the, so the program confuses you further by telling you that love is joyous at times and painful at times. That love has the capacity to hurt and to heal. That you have to love yourself, but love is sacrifice and selflessness. This is insanity of the highest order. Love is healing, period. Another program principle. You can have love and fear at the same time. This is where the program further continues its campaign of conflict, contradiction, and confusion about love. The program teaches you that it is possible to love and hate at the same time. It teaches you that it's possible to have love and fear at the same time. It teaches you that it's possible to love someone and be afraid of them at the same time. And that's why we stay in dysfunctional and abusive relationships, because like, oh, well, they're only hurting me because they care so much. And it's important to just make a decision on that. And the point of this curriculum is to say that no, anyone causing you any kind of pain or doing anything that compromises your health or safety or well-being in any way, that is not an act of love, period. Doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter how long you knew them. You got to take a stand for it, for yourself. Continuing. You cannot have light and darkness at the same time. You cannot have love and fear at the same time. You have all of one or all of the other at any time, period. And Jasmine, you're up. Going on mute.
Program principle. There are levels to love. The program teaches you that it is possible to love one person more than another. It teaches you that it is possible to care about someone more than someone else. This is impossible. Love is one. Love is the same for everyone. Program principle. Seek and do not find. To keep you under its control, the program wants you to seek for love where it is not. What better way to get someone to keep coming back to you for guidance than to keep them lost? Where is love not? Love is not outside of you. The program teaches you to seek for love where it is not, in another person, in a relationship, in sex, in material things, in what you do and what others do. Love is within.
Say it again. Love is within. Say it again. Love is within.
Love is within.
Love is within.
Thank you.
Love is
Why don't programmatic relationships work? How the program tries to fool you. As you know, the program is a complete thought system, which means for every question you have about your relationship, the program has an answer for you. For every problem that comes up in your relationship, the program has a solution for you. The real problem is it only gives programmatic solutions, which do not heal, but only cover the wound temporarily. Even if you find temporary relief from listening to the program, what happens? The wound gets reopened and you suffer again. Maybe in a different form, maybe at a different time, maybe in a different relationship, but suffer you will. Because make no mistake about it, the program hates you. Why? Because the program hates love. Why? The program is afraid of love. Why? Because love dispels all.
Love is about joining. The program is about separation. Love is about healing. The program is about hurting. So, the very thing that will keep your relationship whole and happy would destroy the program. The good news is you don't have to focus on destroying the program. It's not real in any way. It's an illusion. Focus on love. Focus on being happy. When you focus on love, your loving experience will show you that the program never existed in the first place, and you will no longer react with fear to what was never there. The program is a game, hardcore gamer. The program is a hardcore gamer. It plays games. It plays games all the time. Playing games is all it does, all it ever did, and all it will ever do. Do not expect it to change because it won't. The program itself is a game. What is its end game? The program's only end game is to ruin your relationship and cause pain and separation from love. In short, to waste your time. How do you beat it at its game?
You cannot change the program. All you can do is stop following it. Trying to beat the program at its game is like trying to escape from a prison with a map handed to you by a prison guard. Will the map lead you to freedom? No. That is what happens when you ask the program for guidance. Remember, the program has an answer for every question you could possibly have, but all of its answers serves its purpose. What's its purpose? To confuse you, to separate you, to get you to hurt yourself. Nothing it says can be trusted. If you're going to escape its prison, the thought system, you're going to need a map that comes from beyond the prison. Love's map. Why play the program's game? You can't win. Who made the rules? It made the rules, not you. So how do you win the game? The only way to win is not to play.
Can you say that 2 more times?
Only way to win is to not play. The only way to win is to not play. What?
Hello?
What?
Stop playing, for real.
Hello?
Everything's okay, Bobby. All right.
I didn't hear you say it.
That was crazy.
It's not a game, that's for sure.
That's crazy. The only way to win is to not play.
Any other thoughts on that? Anybody? Any other thoughts on that?
Wait, you're pregnant.
All right, let's continue. If the program were a person, what kind of crazy person is this? We reviewed the program's insane ideas about love in this chapter. You have to ask yourself, how can one thing, love, be so many things at the same time? How can it have so many conflicting qualities and still be true? Have you ever wondered, if the program were a person, what kind of person would it be? The program would be the person walking around calling themselves love, but giving love a bad name. If the program were a person applying for a job, their application would be rejected. Why? Because no one would be able to figure out just who this person is or what they actually do. How can they have so many faces? They claim they mean well, at the same time, they're slapping crumpets. And they do so many conflicting things that cause confusion, conflict, and chaos. How can they be helpful at times and hurtful at times? This profound confusion about love is an example of the program succeeding at its goal. Its goal being, again, to cause confusion, separation, pain, and its goal being to cause you to distrust love. What better way to get you to distrust someone or something than to make them appear to be unreliable, inconsistent, and dishonest? How could you trust someone or something who is supposed to be helping you, but at the same time they're hurting you? And on that note, I wanted to say that it was a big part of my writing process and teaching process about this, to look at love as someone who's been, like someone who's had a victim of identity theft. You understand? It's like someone steals your identity and they're going around, you know, taking out loans and doing things. And even worse, like imagine someone takes your ID and then they go and commit a crime. And then they fade away into the background, but then the police come knocking at your door like, hey, you know, Enoch, Melanie, Meina, Jasmine, you robbed this bank last night. We have, you know, you left your ID in the vault when you took the money. It's like, but that wasn't me. But then,
Thank you, Enoch. Sorry for interrupting you.
no.
It's Meina, bro, like a lion's mane.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But I don't really correct people when they say it wrong.
Well, you should. You should never.
No. I want to say it right, you know,
Right.
because now I sound mean calling you Meina.
Yeah, it's Meina.
Instead of Meina. Thank you. There
No
we
problem.
go. So, as I was saying, even worse, it being the program is like someone who takes your identity, and one day they're building a hospital and a school, and they're sending 20,000 ventilators to New York. And then the next day, they're over here coughing on everybody they see in the street and burning down hospitals. It's like they do conflicting things. And you're like, we went over in this example, how can you trust or feel safe with someone who's going to try to hurt you and help you at the same time? And here's the last question, and I'm going to go on mute before you read, Jazz. If their intent was always to hurt you, is their help actually genuine when they try to help you? If their intent was always to hurt you, then is their help genuine or not?
No, because it's stemming from an intent to hurt.
Say that one more time. It was breaking up.
It can't be genuine when their original intent or the intent behind the action to help you was to hurt you from the very beginning.
Thank you. That's
Like
why
it's
it's
more complacency. Like, okay, this person is well-meaning because you know they've helped you X amount of times. but more often than not, they're hurting you. So it creates this, well, they mean well, so I might as well stick around this person because they have good intentions, but not really.
In the
Very
words of
dangerous.
Enoch, they're guilty.
In the words of Enoch, what?
What? What'd you say?
I said, in the words of Enoch, they're guilty.
Guilty, I say.
Well, thank you for that. And when you're ready, you're up, Jazz.
How could you trust someone who you know to be a certain way, yet in another relationship you wouldn't even recognize them? If the program's version of love were a person, you would conclude that this person was quite insane. By any standards, they would be insane. Would you trust someone like that? Of course not. So then, why would you trust anything the program teaches you? Beware the program. It's infectious. Interesting times we're in for that.
Agreed.
Do not put the program in charge of your relationship. The program's thought system is the poison of all relationships. And do not think that just because you know about the program, that your relationship cannot be infected by it. Your relationship is not special, and the program gives no special favors. You have not as yet built up your immunity to the program. No relationship can survive the insanity of the program without getting sick, becoming dysfunctional, and dying. Recognize the program in all its forms and decide to go the other way, together.
Together. And together we have completed this chapter of Love is Not a Game, chapter 6,
Hey.
the program. And that was an amazing reading. Thank you.
For real.
You put clap hands up there.
I don't know. Yo, Jazz, how do you do that? How is she
I
doing
want to
that?
do it now.
How are you putting the clapping hands
You're
up?
the only person who's savvy on this.
Wow.
Okay, see, now all of you got it except,
It's
forget
under
it.
reaction.
Put the real hands
It's
up.
the reaction.
I don't know how to do it, so I'm going to do this.
There we go.
Yes.
Meina got it.
Not right. You all got it except me. All right, so, yes. Oh, wait. I got it.
There you go.
And I got that one, too.
And you got that.
I got back to that. All right. All right. Any thoughts or reflections? Let's just go in the same order. Jasmine, anything, any insights, questions, or feedback you want to give about this chapter, this reading?
It's like the program is everything we've ever learned about toxic relationships that keep us subdued and content in whatever it is that may be ailing us in the relationship. We may notice that our partner is not necessarily helping us 100% of the time, but because 49% of the time they are, we stay complacent. We stay like, okay, we can move past this. Even though we have a conflict, we'll get through it together by actually focusing on the conflict instead of the solutions.
Well said. Good point. Good point. Melanie?
I have a metaphor, something that this makes me think about, or like a parallel, I guess you could say, an analogy. So you know, thing, an angel sitting on one shoulder, like the devil thing sitting on another shoulder. You have like two here. So whether you choose to think of that, it makes me think of you have the choice of what you're going to listen to and what you're going to operate in. Whether you allow yourself to operate either love or the program is your choice. That's just what reading this and analyzing it makes me think of.
Okay, thank you. Meina?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Jasmine said everything I was gonna say perfectly. She took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, I'm gonna do this or that. Yes. Enoch.
Man, you know, like I just think that this whole thing this whole chapter has been significant. This whole chapter has been timely. You know, to just like not even just like the pandemic situation, but just like personal situations. And you know what I'm saying? Like I know everybody already know like it's easy to go back and just say, you know, or fall to the program or the teachings that we've all been taught when we were younger and just be thinking like, or that most of us, yo Bob, could you like talk a little lower please, bro? Yeah, bro, good look. Yeah, you know, so just like when you like liking somebody or loving somebody but not having to like them, like, you know what I'm saying, or telling yourself that, you know, you're bad, or like, you know, that you're not innocent, you know what I'm saying, like you gotta really forget, like, and it's not easy to forget or to just not even it's not easy to get out of a mindset, you know what I'm saying. I know that like getting out of a mindset, like, you know, like we do physical fitness stuff all the time, and you know that shit is easy compared to when you got like a battle within your own mind, because it's really like within you, like, and it's a thought process and a mindset. So like um I would just say one of the things that I've experienced just in my walk is like when you decide to stop listening to this program, whatever program that it is that hasn't been working for you, because you know, we all have our specific programs, it doesn't just go away. Like it will always be there to like it, like you can always fall back into that, you know what I'm saying. Like I found myself relearning these lessons multiple times, just like, okay, like where I have to stop and bring myself back to, you know, the truth. So I would just say, like, if anything, because you know, I always got like long ass responses, but like if anything, if I could bubble everything down, just remind yourself and always come back to the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can remember the truth, and if you can remember that you are love and that you're living in love and light, and that, you know, you can't be threatened, it can't be threatened, you know what I'm saying, within you, then it's going to reflect in all of your relationships, your whole outlook in life. Even people that don't even know you, that you just come across in the street, are going to be like, damn, like this person's vibration is just so high, or this person I feel so genuine or authentic, you know what I'm saying, because you're coming from a place of truth within yourself. So you don't even need to convince anybody, you know what I'm saying, you don't even need to convince anybody that, you know, what you believe is true, because they already see that you believe it and it's working for you.
So how do you do that, my brother? In the moments where the program's attacking you heavily, you feel, you know, you feel like your relationship is threatened, even though you, of course, know it can't, love can't be threatened. How do you specifically bring yourself back to the truth?
I bring myself back to the truth by realizing, by checking myself, or by, you know, yeah, it starts with self-analyzation, being like, yo, am I seeing this person correctly? Am I seeing myself correctly? Am I in a space where I'm being led off of too much emotion? Can I even talk to this individual right now? You know what I'm saying? Do I need to just take some time and just be like, okay, like, you know, I'm not seeing this person correctly, or maybe I'm just too in my feelings. Or if it gets really, really super bad and I'm just like spiraling, then I call you. And then you remind me that I'm innocent, and you remind me of the truth, and, you know, we go over it. So, you know, not everybody's as blessed as me to have, you know what I'm saying,
And the
somebody to
good
go
thing,
to. But
I was going to say, the good thing is we all have this video that you can check out online on Love 101 Media that we can look at anytime as well. Y'all, you know, joining. And another thing, back to what you said, was one way I remind myself is ask this question. I feel like I have a conflict with someone, or I need to say something or put them in their place or whatever. The question is, would I rather be right, or would I rather be happy? Would I rather be right about whatever it is, or do I just want to be happy? Do I want peace? Because the program wants what? To be right or happy over everything.
Right.
It wants to be right.
Exactly. It was like, I'm correct. I'm the one that's right. Everybody can see it, but you're miserable and you're not feeling any closer. Another way of doing it is talking to anyone and say, will me saying these words to them make me feel closer to them right now? Or me saying anything at all make me feel closer? Or responding to that in this way that I have in my head? If it doesn't make me feel closer to say it, I'm just not going to say it, you know? And it doesn't matter what it is, you know? And you have to be able to, inside yourself, not just go as to what I'm thinking, but wait a minute, the content of this, is it loving or fearful? Am I happy right now? Do I feel good about what I'm about to say? Do I feel good about this response? No, then don't. And
Right.
if you feel pressured to make a response, that's when you
Don't
definitely
do
shouldn't.
it. Yeah.
You definitely shouldn't at all. Because if we're not in a transactional relationship, meaning a relationship where we're getting paid or on a job interview or something, you don't owe anyone anything, including a response to their question. And they don't owe you one either. So you can't be pissed off if you ask someone something and they just don't want to respond, or respond right now, or respond the way you want them to. You open yourself up to whatever is there when you step into that relationship with another free individual. And that's the thing. And also to realize that the way anyone feels has absolutely nothing to do with you and everything to do with who?
Themselves.
And the way that that you feel has absolutely nothing to do with anyone and everything to do with who?
You.
Remembering that is enough. That way you'll stop demonizing the people in your life, unless of course they just foul individual, but you'll stop making yourself out to be a victim of anything someone's saying or doing to you, because you're not a victim. You're powerful, and love is powerful. We all love. So
Big facts. Big facts.
anything else anyone want to add before we go?
You said it all, bro. It was great timing. It's almost 3:30.
Yeah, thank you all for joining. I appreciate your time. And again, we're going to keep doing this. So anytime you have available, I'm not scheduling it like every day at this time. It's whenever people are available. If I can get one person that will join with me in the reading, that's enough. And if I can't, I got the book and me. We'll be holding it down. So I encourage you to read the book. Also, I'll send you the link. This video will be published in a few days, so probably by Friday. Trying to put out at least one a day. And until next time, y'all, thanks for joining.
Thank you, my brother.
And thank you all for listening too, whoever's listening and watching. Until next time, this has been Love 101 Media, where we join to have conversations about love and healthy relationships. I'm Najieb. Until next time.
Now, when I wake up in the afternoon, which pleases me to do, don't nobody bring me no bad news, 'cause I wake up